said the government was also urgently investigating reports a further British national had been killed at the Everest base camp. The Foreign Office has confirmed the unnamed Briton was living overseas, and 27 people from the UK are still reported as missing. Rory Dallas has been following the story.
The Stoke-on-Trent branch of the Lions Club is sending out emergency aid to Nepal. The trust is sending 280 jerrycans with reusable filters to convert sewage into clean drinking water. I spoke to District Governor Carol Godden about the water filtration system.
Each one is about the size of a 5-gallon petrol container, and built into it is a filtration unit which contains chemicals and various devices which enable it to be filled with filthy, dirty, polluted water, and then it's treated inside the container, and as if by magic, out of the other end comes clear, clean drinking water.
The water filtration system is part of a larger international effort by the Lions Club, who have branches around the world, including Nepal. Carol spoke about what's happened so far and what will happen with the aid already provided.
100,000 American dollars has already been sent by Lions Club's International Foundation, because we are part of that massive organisation, to Lions Clubs in Nepal, so that the money that has gone out there and the relief that's gone and is already there it is actually handled by Lions on the ground. So we don't send money to governments, for instance. It's all looked after by Lions on the ground.
Rory Dallas, Staffs Live.
Parents have been left in shock after the sudden closure of a nursery in Biddulph. Nursery Times on Craigside shut down last night, leaving just a sign in one of the windows advertising that the nursery was closed permanently. In its last Ofsted inspection, the nursery was rated as good and has been operating since 2005. There has been no official comment so far, and the closure has left parents both angry and surprised, with many commenting on social media about their devastation over the loss of the playgroup.
A heroin addict was in court today after driving her car erratically while her baby was on her lap. Dan Bates has been following the case.
I'm here at Blurton Road in Stoke-on-Trent, which is the scene of where Samantha Davey was driving her Vauxhall Corsa erratically on the 23rd of December last year. She forced one driver to mount the curb while clipping the wing mirror of another, and witnesses saw a baby on her lap at the time. Her back tyres were blown out and witnesses saw sparks flying as she was driving on the rims. Witnesses locked Samantha in here at this petrol station waiting for police to arrive. She was found with 4 wraps of heroin on her body, as well as a pipe and other heroin paraphernalia in her baby's nappy. Now, the case today has actually been adjourned for 6 weeks because Judge Fletcher says he wants to help her on her heroin detox. He did promise her, however, that if she did slip back into drug abuse, then she will be jailed for at least 2 years. The judge also stated that it all depends on if her love for heroin is more than her love for her child and her love for her freedom. Now, Davey will be back in Stoke-on-Trent Crown Court on the 10th of June. I'm Dan Bates, reporting for Staffs Live.
Pizza Hut has strongly denied accusations that there has been a case of drug abuse in their restaurant in Longton. 23-year-old Melissa Sumnall was waiting to go into the baby changing room with her 3-month-old baby, and she claimed she was barged into by a heroin user covered in blood. Max McClellan has been following the story, and he's here with us now. Max?
Well, on Monday, Melissa and her 3-month-old baby decided to go for lunch in Pizza Hut in Longton with their friend. Now, when she needed to use the baby changing room with her baby, she claimed she was barged into abruptly by a heroin user covered in blood. Now, she said she complained to the store manager, but she says he told her that this was a normal occurrence and that Pizza Hut company policy allows this. Now, I spoke to Melissa earlier on the phone, and here's what she had to say.
I didn't actually go into the... I just saw it on the door. I couldn't face myself to go in. I saw it on the door, obviously, where he fell or stumbled into the door. And then I said to the girl, well, I could have gone in there 5 minutes later, not known what's gone on in there, changed my son. His dummy could have fell out, could have fallen in a little splashback of heroin or any drugs he was doing. He just walked straight out, like, stumbled out, really out.
That sounds very, very traumatising. Has Pizza Hut made a comment?
Well, Pizza Hut have strongly denied the accusations that there was drug abuse in their restaurant. They have released a statement to me saying, "We have conducted a thorough investigation to fully understand what happened." They said they have reviewed the security footage, and the manager has said that they inspected the toilet and found no needles in the bins, which was claimed. Now, they say they have found no evidence of misuse by any customer. They say they do not tolerate any illegal behaviour on our premises and take allegations of this nature especially seriously.
Right, thank you, Max.
As we get ever closer to the election, political parties are highlighting key aspects of their manifestos. This latest plan comes from the Liberal Democrats.
As the Conservatives pledge not to raise taxes and Labour plan to raise tax credits, the Lib Dems want free school meals for all 7 to 11-year-olds. But do the public think that this is a good idea?
Another ploy, I have to say. Wouldn't be top of my list, now being a pensioner. But certainly I think those in a lower income group and some younger families are probably on the breadline, then I think it's possibly something that, you know, a percentage of the voting population would consider.
That's wonderful, yeah. I mean, I'm not really into politics that much, so that's new news to me, but I think that's wonderful, and anything to help the younger generations out, definitely.
I don't like Lib Dems, but I do agree with that individual policy, and I think it's something that the Labour Party should also be putting forward.
With 9 days until the election, we don't have long to wait until the public makes their opinion heard. I'm Laura Woodfield, reporting for Staffs Live.
A growing pest problem in the Shelton area of Stoke-on-Trent has affected those living in shared homes. The number of call-outs made has increased significantly since last year. The City Council has started to take action to ensure that the problem is fixed.
Staffordshire University is on the verge of a major breakthrough in diabetic research. A team of biomechanical engineers have developed a device that could bring relief to thousands of diabetes sufferers. I went to find out more about this. The professors at Staffordshire University have been hard at work. Having been awarded a grant to further their research into diabetic issues, the team, led by Professor Nachi Chokalingam, have made progress on a problem many diabetics face.
So the site of ulceration in diabetic neuropathic patients are mainly on the forefoot because of the bony prominences that we have on the forefoot. For example, in the clinical trial that we are running in India, we found that out of 70 patients that we observed over 18 months, 4 of them got ulceration on the forefoot on different sites. The idea of Diabetes Smart project, which has been running over the past 4 years, is to identify the risk factors for ulceration, and secondly, to design an insole which can reduce the risk factors of ulceration for diabetic patients.
According to a federal report, a projected 75 million worldwide are expected to suffer from foot ulcerations by 2050. With this research, however, that number will be much less and improve the lives of many diabetics. Mark Williams, Staffs Live.
Now here's Neve Conway with the latest entertainment news.
The US hit series Empire made its debut here in the UK last night, and it didn't disappoint. The Telegraph reviewed the first episode as shimmering with potential, and fans took to Twitter saying it was simply brilliant, and many viewers said they absolutely loved it. Hilary Duff has revealed that she is looking for love on Tinder. She's already been on a date, and she now says she is a Tinder animal. So if you're a Tinder user searching for love, then Hilary Duff could be your next date. But good luck trying to get a date with her if you live here in Stoke, as she unfortunately is all the way in America. But you never know. Now, if you love Gemma Collins or you can't stand her, you can't deny that she does give us something to talk about. If you remember Gemma walking out of the jungle on I'm a Celebrity last year because she couldn't handle it, apparently she is now planning on entering the Big Brother house when it returns this summer. I bet £10 that she will last maybe 3 days. Jessie J caused a bit of anger yesterday when she unfollowed all of her fans on Twitter. Fans said she was being rude and ungrateful, and one fan even said that Katie Hopkins treated her fans better. Ouch. That's all for your entertainment news for today. I'm Neve Conway.
Thank you, Neve. Now over to Craig Hadley with the sport.
Thanks, Mark. Port Vale boss Rob Page has praised the efforts of veteran midfielder Michael Brown during the club's recent battle with relegation. The Welshman described Brown as a model professional, and he hopes he can stick around in a dual role next season. Page is hopeful Brown could balance a role as a coach alongside his playing duties.
No, he's a model professional, Brownie. You know, he's been great, and if there was any of the youth team lads sat there on Friday with his performance against Preston to watch his recovery run in the 94th minute, you know, he presses high to get the ball. Sometimes you've got to pull the reins on him. You know, sometimes he's doing it too much. and it has a negative impact on the team then. But more often than not, he's got the right decision to press that trigger, to press the ball high. And when he didn't on Friday and he didn't get the ball, his recovery run back in was credit to himself. Well, I think that's a conversation we'll have, when the time is right. At this moment in time, I just want us to focus on another game in hand Sunday, and we want to finish on a high, and we want another 3 points. And then when we feel it's right, that we might have that conversation.
Now, from matters off the pitch to those on it. Vale reserves could be set for a cup double this season after a 4-0 semi-final win over Wigan Athletic. The Valiants had forged a rivalry with Wigan this season, having narrowly beaten them to the league title. The opening half an hour was one of very few chances, but Vale ended the first 45 strongly and took the lead thanks to Dan Turner. An eventful second half followed 3 more goals for the home side, including Turner's second. Chicane Steele and Joey Capend also on the score sheet. Port Vale will now face Middlesbrough in the final. Newcastle Town were also in action last night against Sutton Coldfield Town, losing 3-1. The Staffordshire side were 2-0 down before pulling back a goal thanks to Tom France, but Danny O'Callaghan sealed the win for the visitors 10 minutes from time. Sutton Coldfield will play the winners of tonight's game between Leek Town and Gresley FC. Leek finished the season second and should be slight favourites going into the game. The match from Harrison Park kicks off at 7:45. After the success of London 2012, many of us will be looking forward to the Rio Olympics next year. But with a local track and field club about to celebrate a special birthday, we sent Ed Tarleton down to find out more.
With the start of the new season just around the corner, training at the City of Stoke Athletics Club is in full swing. Formed in 1955, the club will celebrate their 60th anniversary this October and have come a long way from humble beginnings.
The early days for me were Cobury Stadium, which actually was a dog track. So we hired a grass track, which the dogs ran on some nights and we ran on the other nights. And that was the sort of foundation, I suppose, of City of Stoke Athletic Club. The people who work here, they love working athletics. As I said, they work for free, and basically for them it's their life and it's their vocation. Same for me.
Having moved to Northwood Stadium in 1986, members now benefit from a range of facilities, and the club remains driven by its ethics of inclusivity.
Nobody's turned away, there's no waiting lists. Some clubs I know do have waiting lists. We probably take more in than we should, but it works, and it's relatively cheap as well. I think it's about £100 a year for track fees plus a membership fee of about £30, and there's not much you can do in life for a whole year for £130.
With their friendly atmosphere and dedicated coaches, there's a lot on offer for youngsters, and it's clear that local parents value what's available.
I come here every Tuesday and Thursday with my son and my daughter. It gives them an aim in life, lots of chances to compete as well if they want to, or they can just come along and keep fit.
So after 60 years, the City of Stoke Athletics Club is still going strong. Ed Tarleton, Staffs Live.
What a fascinating story, Ed. Thanks for that. Back to Mark and Leanne.
Well, that's all your news in sport at 3:30. Thanks for watching, and please keep checking our website, staffslive.com, for more information. Goodbye.
Goodbye.